This is the Sic Em Podcast, presented by your friend in the car business, Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Waco. Online at alansamuelsdcj.com. The Sic Em Podcast is a production of Baylor Athletics. Now, here are your hosts, Brooke Bednarz and the voice of the Bears, John Morris.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to this special edition of the Sic Em Podcast. We're glad you're with us, John Morris, Brooke Bednarz. Special because of our guest, special because volleyball is headed into the NCAA tournament this week, and we are pleased to have Shanel Bramschreiber with us as our guest. Welcome to you, and how you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing well. We're really excited. We leave later today for the tournament, and everyone is just really feeling the rush getting to us, so it's good.
Well, this is a special edition, and I feel like we're kind of on a special kick, John.
I like
we were
it.
just joking about that. But we have to whenever an award like this comes around. Why don't you, John, in your best voice of the Bears voice, announce, because we only saw the video of Coach McGuire doing it, so that way we can have a call, you know.
Okay.
Let's have that.
All right, not to usurp Coach McGuire at all.
No, I loved it.
But ladies and gentlemen, with us now, the 2020 Big 12 Libero of the Year, Shanel Bramschreiber. Yeah.
We have to have a call in the podcast.
Max Calderon's with us. Max, is that okay? Meet your approval? All right, very good. What an honor, though. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's really crazy. When he said it in the circle, I was really speechless. I knew something was sketchy because I saw Max videotaping, and I said something's about to go down. But I had no idea it was for me. So.
Tell everybody who hasn't seen it. Tell everybody how Coach McGuire announced that.
I was going to say, because I loved. Yeah. I think I watched it like 3 times in a row because it was just so special. Yeah,
it gets me every time. So he had us all circle up, and there's a bunch of us in this tiny little circle, and he asked us when Baylor was founded, and it was you guys. I don't really remember. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best at that. But basically, it's been 176 years since Baylor's been founded. So he said, for the first time in 176 years, you guys are standing in the presence of the Big 12 Libero of the Year, and it was the first time ever for Baylor history. So it was super cool. Everyone attacked me and was jumping on me, and yeah, it was awesome. I felt really loved. So. And
you had no idea before that?
No, I had no clue.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Way to drop it on you.
And one thing, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your first year playing that.
Yeah, it was my first year as Libero, yes.
Okay, so to not only switch positions to a new spot that you haven't been in before, and then to win an award like that for the program, you have to be feeling pretty good about where you are in the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How does it feel to know that the switch, although that could have been nerve-wracking and kind of scary at the beginning of the year, has truly paid off?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it has been a journey. I mean, my freshman year, I got injured, and so I had to come back from that, and then I had to play behind a really good libero, Tara Wolf, you guys know her, and so just watching her in that role really helped me just kind of figure out how I needed to play, and my teammates around me, my other ninjas and DSs, they're just a super fun group to play with. So I feel like going back into that position, even though it's been, a couple years, it was a pretty smooth transition. So
I love that position. I just love what the energy, that it brings to the entire team, brings to the floor. I mean, you could watch a volleyball match and you could just watch the libero and be really entertained just by, how active you are.
Oh, you got to love it. You have to have a passion for it. I mean, it's really tough because you can't take out any sort of motion on the ball like the hitters can. So, you just got to stay controlled. And one thing you can do is you just cheer and you hype everybody up around you. And that's what I love doing.
Well, John, and if you wanted to spotlight the libero, it's pretty easy because they wear that different jersey.
Easy to spotlight.
Yes.
And we've had a really good string of liberos here at Baylor, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned Tara, but even going back further, we've had some really good ones.
Right. I remember just watching before I even committed here. I just watched Jana Brusick, and Coach always told me, just really key in on her whenever I came to visit on games, and it's been really good. Even other good passers, Ania, Philo, she was a big contributor to that as well.
Well, one thing I really liked is Max is here, and he sent out this nice article. So if you haven't read it, you can read all of her very lovely stats. But in one part, Coach McGuire says that you're the heart and soul of the team, and described libero as a very selfless position, which if anyone has ever watched volleyball, that is very obvious. But to hear your coach call you the heart and soul of the team, How does that make you feel?
It's really awesome. I mean, it means a lot. A lot of time, whenever you get a compliment from Coach Mack, you really got to hold on to it. I'm just kidding. He's really generous, but I mean, it does leave me speechless, and it means a lot. And, half the time I'm like, he's just saying that, making me feel good, whatever. But it truly does mean a lot, and I love my teammates, so I try my best to make everyone feel good around me.
You've done it great. Lead the Big 12 in digs this year. Congratulations on that. 6th in digs per set. What was the conversation like, or how far back did Coach McGuire say to you, we want to move you to the Libero?
I mean, ever since my freshman year, he always told me, I want you in this position. And so I was kind of in that mindset. So, really going back to even when I committed, when I was younger, he goes, you're going to be here. You're going to be a Libero. And I said, bet, I'm on it.
There you go.
Is that what you did in high school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you were used to the position. It was just, this is the first opportunity that you've had, not injury and things like that, to really commit to it. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Well, you just named her stats. And I think one thing that was kind of funny to me is in that same quote that Coach McGuire had, he also said stats don't always tell the story. Mm-hmm. But I was like, well, her stats seem to be telling the story fairly well. So I love it.
Y'all are going into the NCAA tournament. What was it like this year? Or what is it like right now to play in the fall, get a little break, come back and play in the spring? That is just so different, I'm guessing, than what you're used to.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, we've had back-to-back games, and obviously there was no preseason, so it's kind of flip-flop now. We're just playing games to make sure that we're up to par with all the other teams who are finishing their conference play. So it's been pretty tiring, not going to lie, but we've had good athletic trainers, and they just make sure that we're always on our stuff, ice baths, stretching, make sure we're sleeping, hydrating, all that kind of stuff. So it's been good because we always talk about kind of suffering together. Not that we're suffering right now, but I mean, it's been just a very weird season. So we've all gone through it, and I think it's only brought us closer. So hopefully in the tournament that shows.
Weird season, but how fortunate to have been able to make it work. Because when we came back in the fall, everything was still kind of new, and no one truly knew how this was going to work. And so they did. They just kind of threw you guys into conference play and said, we're at least going to cover this, and then we'll recheck back in the spring. What kind of, I'm only assuming with your class load. I mean, y'all are still students. You're student athletes, students first. Normally, I would assume you would take the harder load in the spring because everything is in the fall, but now you're kind of flip-flopped, but you're still, Big 12 volleyball is nothing to be joked about. It's a very serious, very competitive conference in itself. So how has that been kind of adjusting to be an athlete full year and with no true off season, I guess, during the school year?
Yeah, I know. It is tough because usually in the fall, that's when we go light. And so I don't think anyone was expecting it for the spring just because we schedule everything so far ahead. But time management really has just been key, and we hold each other to a high standard and just make sure that everyone is doing good outside of volleyball. So that way on the court, we don't have those other factors weighing in on us mentally. I'd say for me, I've started grad school this semester, so it's actually been pretty nice, I would say. I recommend anyone who's thinking about it, you should do it.
There you go.
You're really enjoying your classes. You're in 3 or 4 classes, and your professors are, pretty flexible, and they support you all. So that's my word of advice for anyone. Join grad school if you can.
In what subject, grad school?
I'm in the sport management program.
Okay, good. That's a great program.
Yeah.
Do you feel like y'all played at a really high level in the fall? Do you feel like you've gotten back there, or do you feel like you're still getting there?
I would say, the beginning in the fall, even, it was kind of weird because we didn't have those games leading into it. Obviously, we started off with Kansas, and that didn't go our way the first night. But, Big 12, it's a good conference, and there's tough teams. We've played Texas 4 times. So, seeing them all the time has really helped us prepare for the tournament, and seeing other good teams like Pepperdine who, were lined up to play again most likely. And I'd say that I think we're ready to go. I think it's been good. Basketball is super inspiring to us. After they won, we came into practice hot, and everyone was like, it's our turn. Let's get 2 of them, and the trophies can sit right next to each other.
Ooh, I like that.
The Farrell Center is a good. Yeah, that court's warm.
Yes.
It's ready.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good way to put
comes
it.
Out of the Farrell Center, so.
The schedule has been obviously different this year, but you played the back-to-backs so much. Do you think that might help you now that you get to the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I think it is beneficial, looking at it now, because that's how the tournament's set up. You play one night and then the night right after. So I think that, in the long run, it's ultimately been beneficial.
So tell us, we just finished an Inside the Bubble story where the both programs for basketball were, living inside the bubble, living the bubble life for a while. You are about to embark on the bubble journey. What are your thoughts about that, and kind of how have you guys been preparing? Because you have to pack as though you're staying the whole time, and we hope to not see you again for a while.
I know.
As much as we like you, that's what we told them too. Stay away.
That's what I was telling John, that all our professors were just saying, we don't want to see you.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? That's lovely to hear.
It's a compliment. Yeah,
it is. It comes from the heart.
Try not to. Yeah. So they told us to pack light. I don't think anyone followed that rule. They planned on staying for a while. But we had, Scott Drew. He came and talked to us just the other day before practice, and he was kind of telling us about the bubble life as well. And he was like, you know what? Just make the most out of it. That's, where you grow the most as a team and you bond. And he said, make sure you bring games. They had a super fun karaoke night. And so I'm really looking forward to just kind of all the little moments in between that we have outside of just playing.
Awesome.
It really, Coach Drew in basketball, they really did make that a positive. It could have been, oh, we're stuck in the bubble, but they made it, a team bonding. They played games. There was competition between each other on those games. So they really did make it a positive, and I could see how it'd be a fun time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It kind of reminds me of, club volleyball. That's what we did all the time, traveling for qualifiers. So it's kind of, it's nostalgic for some of us, growing up, and you just run around the hotel. We can't do that, COVID, but in our team rooms and everything. So it's gonna be a fun time.
Well, and you guys will get there today, have some time to settle in and get adjusted to the bubble life, and then I'm sure that you guys will be watching this game on Wednesday between UMBC and Pepperdine, because you play the winner on Thursday. So how nice with the number 12 seed to kind of get that bye and to be able to really scout that and watch that game and prepare for a match on Thursday.
Oh, yes. Extra time is always better. So it's going to be good for us just to make sure our bodies are right and we can relax in the hotel, really watch the game, and just get ready, watch as much film as possible before our game, and then just mentally preparing as well and making sure everyone is good to go on that following day on Thursday.
And Pepperdine, a team you've seen, not that long ago, that could work in your favor.
Yeah, we saw them once, and they're a good team. We went to 5. So, they play really good defense, and they have a lot of offensive weapons too. But I think, we were a little not okay with going 5. So we're just going to try to get in and out, play a little cleaner and better. And, they're a good team. We respect them. You respect the other opponent by, playing as well as you can.
A little chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Not going to 5 again.
Yeah.
Save your legs.
And this is the NCAA championship. This is exciting that you're here. It's April, but you're here to the NCAA championships. That's fun.
Who would have thought? April
right.
after the championship. Usually, we're getting ready for finals, and you go home for the summer for a couple weeks. But we're happy to be here. We're going to make the most of it, even if the timing is weird. A lot of teams don't get to be here, and it's like the top 14% in the country. So we're lucky to have this opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, like we said earlier, we are lucky to be talking with you today. We hope to not see you for a while in the best way possible. And we can't wait to see you guys compete on Thursday against the winner of UMBC or Pepperdine. And that'll be at 11 a.m. in Omaha. They are headed to Omaha. And hopefully we're saying the same thing about baseball soon. Yeah, Omaha. Y'all go get Omaha warm, like the men's basketball team and women's got, Farrell warm. So
passing the baton.
Do it.
Yes.
Well, good luck, and great to see you. Thanks for your time today, and great luck there in the NCAA tournament.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And congrats as the Big 12 Libero of the Year. First time in program history. We'll just keep saying that.
Shanel Bramschreiber, our guest from Baylor Volleyball, headed to Omaha, the site of the entire NCAA tournament for collegiate volleyball. Thanks to Shanel, for Brooke Bednarz, and Max Calderon. I'm John Morris. Thanks for being with us on this week's special edition of the Sic Em Podcast.
This month, it's all about the championship drive. As our home team drives forward, so can you in your new Ram truck from Allen Samuels. Performance, power, reliability. Whatever the job calls for, we've got you covered. During Ram Truck Month, you can shop our selection of the new 2021 Ram 1500, the Ram 2500, and the Ram 3500. Take home the trophy from Allen Samuels in Waco. Come by, let's be friends.
You've been listening to the Sic Em Podcast, presented by your friend in the car business, Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Waco. Online at allensamuelsdcj.com. The Sic Em Podcast has been a production of Baylor Athletics.